for firefighters in Australia. Thank you is the big message.
Even if Scott Morrisson doesn't seem like he cares about you at the moment, the entirety of the rest of Australia is with you.
Good on you, Cobber. You're doing a fantastic job. The whole world is so proud of you.
Thank you so much for what you're doing, and we're sorry that you have to be doing it.
We're behind you, we support you, we're going to ensure that you are adequately compensated for everything you're doing for our country. We're here because we're absolutely horrified by what's happening in Australia right now. Millions of hectares have been razed by out-of-control bushfires, and our government isn't really doing anything to stop that.
The Australian government not doing what they should be and acting on climate change. They're basically denying the fact that it's having anything to do with their bushfires, which clearly the science has proven that that's not the case. And it is one of the direct results of climate change.
We want to tell Scott Morrisson that he is a climate denier and he has to do more to stop climate change.
Besides all the climate change aspect of it, it's just the total lack of humanity that Scott Morrison's shown in his reaction to these bushfires.
Swanning off on holiday whilst a billion animals are dying, it's just not enough. No one is doing enough.
You can look at his record on fossil fuels, about exploiting oil in the sea, about not taking the destruction of the barrier reef seriously.
There's public opinion around the world that condemns their attitude to the climate emergency and their indifference to controlling their bush in the traditional way that the Aborigines would have shown them. And just the fact that Scott Morrisson is in the pocket of the fossil fuel companies, absolutely disgusting.
500 million animals have been killed. Koalas they're thinking about putting on the endangered list now. It is just absolutely horrendous. All the people that have lost their homes, people have lost their lives, the volunteer firefighters that aren't getting paid by the government. It is just horrendous out there.
This is basically our future now. This is the new normal. Countries are going to be on fire, countries are going to be flooding. Our countries first are going to start starving, then we're going to start fighting, and it's just not very nice when you've got two young kids and you're trying to visualise a positive future.
Australia's really going to be on the front line of climate change, and our government hasn't done anything to really address that.
I'm a 65-year-old grandma, and I just can't believe that the whole world isn't mobilising at this moment. I mean, it really does require people to act in the way that we did in World War II. The world is burning. I mean, the fires in California were one thing, but what's happening in Australia is truly shocking.
My message for all the firefighters right now fighting fires around Australia, thank you so much for everything you do. We're behind you, we support you, we're going to ensure that you are adequately compensated for everything you're doing for our country.
Thank you so much for what you're doing, and we're sorry that you have to be doing it.
We realise you're at the front line and we're totally behind you.
It shouldn't have come to this. It's come to this because some idiots voted for Scott Morrisson and his crew. So don't vote for them again. Kick them out, mate.